Where'd that battle drill come from with the push-ups? We haven't seen something like that.
Yeah, just an old drill from an old coach that I stole over the years. So yeah, no, it's a little compete, right? It's a little race off the wall and compete. And at the end of the day, some of the messaging today was when all talent becomes equal on both sides of the teams, and it comes down to hand-to-hand combat a little bit, right? So just a little battle drill.
Some of the players were showing it as they were coming into the room today. It looked like they were gassed.
It's hard.
Can you?
It's hard. I don't know, any wrestlers in here? It's hard. You know, you wrestle for 3 minutes, try not to get pinned. You're tired. And it's the same with hockey. You know, you skate, but then, you know, nothing replicates like, you know, you're battling for a puck and trying to protect it against another guy, and it increases the heart rate right away. So yeah, you're tired. It was only 3 reps of 20 seconds, 15 seconds, but it's hard.
You mentioned last week that you switched rhythms to NHL, especially with the schedule and the travel and all that. Can you still work some of these hard skates in at this time of year that you can't later?
Yeah, I wouldn't call it hard today. I would say it's a good day after a day off practice. It was 36 minutes. You guys probably started at 10, done it so it's a 36-minute practice. Coming off a day off, so that's you know, but that will actually get whittled down as we go. But we're still early in the year. There's still a lot of juice in these guys' tanks, so that'll get whittled down. But yeah, the practice time is going to get scarce here, to answer your question.
Is it important to practice here too before your home opener tomorrow? Was that part of the decision making?
I think it is. I think it is. I mean, this is where you play. You know, everybody talks about, you know, setting up game conditions, and I remember watching a football practice here with the Cowboys way back when I was first here. I think it was Jason Garrett, and they had the music going because I think what is the noisiest building, one of the noisiest stadiums. So they were trying to replicate that. So if you want to practice, you should practice in the place you play.
What do you see from Bastian? Obviously, the goal is a big deal, but like I was talking to him today, his game's a lot more than a goal. The goal is just icing on the cake.
Yeah, we had a couple sequences in that game. We didn't have many that were our sequences, but just go back and watch. So the sequence right there at the second, we get a forecheck, we get it stopped. One of the ones we got stopped, and we get Robo got a chance, and then we ended up keeping them in the zone a bit and scored a big goal. And then we got another one stopped, the same group, and Burns iced the puck, and we got a face-off. And we put out you know, our top guys for the face-off, and we got a goal off a draw. So those two things were good sequences of stacking, good play that allowed us to get points out of that game. So I thought they played well. They forechecked well, and you need that from your bottom six to make sure that they can try to change momentum of a game that's not really going your way.
Is it neat to have stories like that? Obviously, Ritzkovian, Fox are coming back. I mean, Blackwell, guys like that intermingle that have really had to work hard to get here.
Yeah, because you could see in a game like last night where we didn't have our legs, they help you. They help you create energy, and you're going to try to take wins any way you can. Obviously, the goaltender got us the win, but those guys contributed to, you know, to put our other guys in good spots to get goals, and then got one themselves. You need it. You need everybody contributing. So, listen, you can't win this thing without everybody taking a little piece, and you can't have a great team without all your players feeling like they have a little piece.
You mentioned the competition. Do you like the compete that you've seen through 2 games against 2 tough division rivals?
Yeah, I really like the Winnipeg game through 50 minutes. Like, I know we can talk about the 2 shorties, but for 50 minutes we were a very good hockey club. We didn't have our legs in Colorado, but like the sign of a true good team, you've got somebody else on your roster that helped you out a lot, and you need that. You're going to need that. We're going to have a game this year where we're going to outchance an opponent and not come out with anything. That's just the way the league is. They tend to even, you know, the hockey gods even these things out. So we're going to have a game like that, and all we have to do is rewind to Colorado and go, okay, now we're even.
What can and what have you learned about a group in 2 games?
What I don't know what you can. I know what I am learning is that we don't need much to score And so we have a bunch of guys that don't need much to score. But what we need to do is keep pushing the territory battle into our favor, because if you just counterpunch like we did the other night, it's not a good recipe to take out the top guys. So the top teams, you can't do that by counterpunching your way. I think if we gain more territory with the players we have and win the territorial battle, it'll even increase how good we can be.
It's been about 12 years since your last home game, regular season game here at AAC, and lots changed. What are you most excited for tomorrow?
Oh, the fans. I mean, the fans, yeah, just the energy in the building. I think that's the most important part. I think for the players too, just the fans. People are excited, the first game. For me, it's definitely that. It's a great environment to come into, and yeah, it's the fans.
Coming into this team, they were a really good penalty killing team last year. But now that you're on this side, what have you seen from them and with Naz through training camp in the first 2 games?
Yeah, they've got their system. He's got them 100%. They're bought in, and they can execute at a very high level under pressure situations. That's what I see, and it's kudos to the guys and to Naz. And listen, I've seen it firsthand. It's quite frankly, it's a very highly evolved penalty kill with some good players that it can execute.
With the 3-on-3 in overtime, do you have kind of an approach of how you like to start it versus the combos you roll, or is it related more to who's going during?
Well, it's a little bit predetermined, but combos and who you go. But what's becoming is that first face-off is becoming so important just to get the puck. And so then you're looking at, what's your best option. And so, yeah, we do have a 3-on-3 strategy, though. You want to hold the puck when you change. You can't really get matchups, especially on the road like that. So basically you're putting out who can get the draw first and hold the puck first. And you only got 6 players usually on each team to pick from, so you kind of know who's coming.
How do you see that in a game? I'm fascinated by one guy's hot, one guy's not. The last, we've seen Duchesne go from 7-1 to 1-7. It's interesting in a game. How do you measure that and see who's hot?
Yeah, between every period, you're looking at analytics. And then you first of all, you're walking off with your own eye test, and the guys upstairs are coming to tell you who do you think, and then you're going to the video to see chances for and chances against. So this is what happens, and then you're looking analytically at the end and saying, okay, everything lining up here, or am I missing something? So that's the beauty of it now, Hikes, compared to before, is you've got instant analytics. So it's not just your eye test. You got people upstairs. You got your eye test, then you're going to go to the video quickly, which they can bang out, chances for and against, and then analytics is producing a report. What pairs are good, what matchups aren't very good right now. So you're trying to gather that information in 16 minutes. Right?
You really get the head-to-head on.
You can see head-to-head.
Guy, three face-offs. It might only be, but what it was.
Yeah, and basically after the second period, what pairs are doing good against who and who's not. So you get a quick snapshot. It's up to now it's up to your coach to try to implement and use some of that information.
Colin, you talked about how important possession is in 3-on-3. What's your approach, or maybe what's the most important to you when you don't have the puck in 3-on-3? Because it's obviously a different world than the first 3 periods.
Yeah, you guys are striking chords here, because that is something we have to work on here. We need to, when we don't have it, we need to be man-on-man in the zone, but we need to wedge through the neutral zone, meaning you're not playing man-on-man through the neutral zone. You just, if you're playing man-on-man through the neutral zone, you're leaving 2 forwards to play man-on-man, and maybe one have to skate backwards more than he'd like. So you want to just wedge it up there. It's something we're going to talk about here tomorrow, just in our approach. Play without the puck is huge. When you're talking 3-on-3, we've talked about everything. When you change, right? When you change, and then holding the puck And then even if it goes to the opposition's goalie or to your goalie, be ready to play it, because some guys quit playing when it gets there, and then the goalie can drop it and spring you and get an odd man attack. But most 3-on-3s end, you can go look at the analytics, most 3-on-3 ends after a rush from one way goes back the other way. And so you got to be mindful of that. You can't miss the net, right, if you get your rush, because it triggers odd mans the other way. So we have all that encompassed in. I mean, it's a lot of information for just 3-on-3, but that's what it is.
You have any update on Oscar Beck?
No, I don't. He's skating, and I'm hoping sooner than later, but I don't have any update. I would say it's still, a few days away for sure, maybe a week away.
What's the day like today? Glenn's talked about competing, and obviously coming off that game, I think you wanted to see a little competition in practice today.
Yeah, for sure. I think doing those one-on-one puck battles and just possessing the puck, I think that's can translate to our game, definitely on the forecheck, making sure that we come up with pucks. But I think when you're playing good teams like that, when it's pretty evenly matched, it comes down to just those little compete battles and kind of translate that into how we work in practice.
As you get new guys on the team, how does the competition level change in practice?
Definitely. I mean, I think a new coach, no matter what, come in, everybody is trying to kind of earn their spot and show kind of what they can do and how that translates. And, a lot of the new guys have been really great for us through the first, couple weeks here. So I think, definitely, I think adding that new element, new guys, know who you're competing against every single day is a lot of fun.
Is this a good time to learn? You win a game that maybe you didn't play your best, but you won. So now you're 2-0, but there's also things you got to work on.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jakey stole that, for us, obviously. I think we're all very knowledgeable of that in this room, and he stole a game for us, got 2 points, and I think that's, why he is who he is. And for us, it's definitely knowing that, he bailed us out, and we got to bail him out in the future here and work a little bit harder and compete in front of him and make sure that doesn't happen again. And it's, definitely a learning curve the first 2 games, what we did right, but also what we did wrong, that kind of put us in those situations. So I think that's what it is, going back to the drawing board, the video room, and then doing some stuff that translates in practice into the game. So overall, it was a good, hard day today.
Is every team different? Like, it seems like every season, we've heard this before, like you bring new guys in and all of a sudden the chemistry changes, or just practice drills change, or how you compete. It just seems like every team is a new team.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I think last year was last year, and you learn from some of those experiences, but we got new guys this year, like Big Earn, and I didn't know that he was also a journalist as well. But yeah, I think all those things translate. All those things translate. Whether it's playing with new players and chemistry and building some of those stuff, new coaches, so it's new systems. It's just a little bit of a learning curve every single day, and just trying to be a sponge and take it all in. And I think you see in the games too a lot of moving, rotating pieces, and just trying to put yourself in certain situations. And like I said, it's every single day you're trying to learn a little bit more and get a little bit more comfortable.
For guys like you, that's important too, because I mean, you've been on 5 different lines, it seems like, and same thing. It's just and then different guys rotate in. You try and find the chemistry with them, but it can change from game to game.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's what's important about these practices too, is playing with a bunch of different people, and then also just in games you never know, you might get your name called to go out, whether it's penalty kill or face off or whatever it may be. So it's learning every single position within the system and making sure you're comfortable with it.
No, nothing further.
Now, do you play horse at all? Are you a basketball player?
I've played horse, yeah.
I think he's supposed to be the reigning team champion.
I'm sure he would beat me.
No, I like to do it by myself before the game.
Play against yourself.
Who
wins?
The other guy.
What's it like when you get that goal, and it just seems like that's exactly what Glenn's been talking about. Go to the net, and that's what you guys can do.
Yeah, I think whenever you can contribute, it's nice. I think when you're on a new team and you're trying to make friends, it's even better. I think that's just a reward for trying and playing the right way. So, it felt great.
And then in a game like that, obviously it was very important. So do you feel that energy? It was hard not to in that building. It was just going crazy.
Yeah. It was, obviously we were struggling a little bit, and it's a tough ring to play in, and that team being who they are, and one, maybe probably see down the road again later. yeah, I think it felt a little more important even for sure being in that building.
And then what's it like as far as the season opener? Just, I know you haven't been in this building yet, but it seems like the energy is going to be just as big here.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I feel much better after getting the first game under my belt and then now the second, and hopefully things just go up from here.
How about the new line mates? It seems like you have some good guys you can play with.
Yeah, whoever they need me to play with, we'll make it work. They've been great. I think combination of a few different guys that bring different stuff to the table, and I think it's worked out well.
Do you learn their stories? I mean, learn Rich Scobie's story, you learn Foxa, and that the fact that he was here. Does that help at all as far as getting part of a line?
Yeah, I used to watch Faxi play in junior every Friday night at the Kitchener on, so.
He loves to hear that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I told him.
Does he know that? Have you told him?
Yeah, he knows. He's like, "You're from there?" Yeah, I knew Blackwell a little bit. Obviously, get to know Ritzy, get to know Bacher. Haven't been with these guys for very long, but it doesn't take long for you to feel like you're pretty close buddies. So it's been good.
What's a practice like this mean to you? Obviously, you compete anyway, but clearly Glen wants to compete out there.
It's part of the league, I think. It's not an easy day. I think if you're going to go out there and not get anything out of it, you should probably just stay off the ice. So, important day for us today, and hopefully guys got something from it.
Is it a good thing, too, when you guys, I think the coaching staff feels you have a lot to work on, but at the same point in time, you're 2-0. And it seems like that's a good time to be working on stuff when you are 2-0.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think if you're 2 games in and you're happy with where you're at, I think that'd be a little weird. So we'll take 2-0 for sure, but it's a long year, and things only get tighter as the year goes on.